Hello, everybody. Um, what a day. So, today is a new day. And I wish you all well out there, those that deserve it. I don't want to be sitting here and wishing people well and they've done absolutely nothing to deserve it. I mean, they're real bad people. And I struggle. I struggle. Every day's a struggle for me. I'm not sure about anybody else out there, but every day's a struggle for me. I have my own hurdles to get over. I have my own aggravations. I have my own sense of humor. People that appeal to me, people that don't, people I would hang out with, people I wouldn't. Um, yeah, and I don't, I don't, I don't mind that people um, would rather be out there doing something else. It doesn't bother me. Is with everybody. I feel though. We all got time for people that have time for you. And there's a certain amount of, oh, excuse me, there's a certain amount of effort that water. There's a certain amount of effort that goes into maintaining your friendships, and it's a it's a well-to-do thing. You do well to maintain the friendships that are healthy for you. And we determine health by what kills you and what doesn't kill you. In a nutshell. So you hang around with people that don't put your life in danger. And if I'm endangering someone's life and they pull back, they draw back, oh, no, I can't. I'm not going to endanger my life by accepting that. That's fine too. I can say that there have been some times in my life that I've recognized danger. So then I can stand back at someone and they're thinking, oh no, no big daddy, can't I can't be seen acknowledging you there on that one. You're all alone on that one, as far as I'm concerned. And I can sit here and I can think, I'm my own biggest danger. And I have to take on the consequences for that. I have to take on the consequences for what I say. If I've said anything that turns people away from me, then I've said something that's turned them away from me. the outside of that is basically normally they won't tell you. They'll just shy off. They just won't talk to you for the day. They just carry on. And fair enough. It's all fair enough. I would do the same. For a particular person that I struggle to get along with and understand, they for them themselves they're saying something that makes pure logic sense. And the way they say it and the demeanor they use and the mood they portray and put across, it's all proper. But for me, it's you're an idiot. Don't talk to me like that. And I think that's universal. Um, I think I've got more time for young ones and teenagers in the idea of rescue mode. If you don't know what rescue mode is, um, you would do well to learn your own cognitive. That's a good word to learn the meaning of. It's a beautiful word, cognitive. If they taught cognitive development and what cognitive development is in preschool, primary school, intermediate, and college, we'd have a better understanding of the way we work, the way we think. And we could self analyze ourselves at a young age and think, that's missing. We can actually actively do our own self internal engineering if we were to be taught about cognitive development. We can self internalize and self rationalize what's missing in our own lives and try to enhance that area. A child that doesn't receive as much affection as another child that receives too much affection compared to another child that's got the amount of affection right in the family just right, but lacks money. The family's not so rich. They're always struggling and basically poor, but they've got love right on the money. And then within themselves, they can start to look at their future and say, well, I'm going to need this, so I need to focus on this. Cognitive development and an understanding of cognitive development is essential. I didn't learn that until late 30s, and it's still a wonderment to me to analyze my life and see what was lacking, see what was missing. Yeah, of course, I had freedoms that other people didn't have. And I see people today, I have people what I would call friends today. Um, and some of the things that, excuse me, some of the things that other people will, will might look at themselves and say, "Oh, I've done a bad thing," and I would look at them and think, I wouldn't even think that was a bad thing. Some of them would think, oh, I've committed a awful sin. And I'm sitting there thinking, that ain't so simple. I'm trying not to laugh because these people are genuine, and I love them. I love them. I truly love them. I look at them and think, all right, without actually openly saying it, if you were to compare yourself to me, well, maybe I've said enough that they do know. Okay, Isaac, we get it, bro. We're not so sinful compared to you. But then, are they taking that away with them and thinking that it's a good thing? Am I making them happier? Because now they know that they're not that horrible, sinful demon that's under the bridge, waiting for an opportune moment to pass by so they can come out and live their life. I think myself, I've chosen to be a good person. So I want all of my excuse me. I want all of my actions to have a good effect on people. I want people to walk away with a positive outlook. I have my moments of weakness where actually I've gotten really good. There are some times when you when I used to drink and the story would come back of a mischief moment or some type of debauchery or that feeling came over you to do the dash and ride the lightning, so to speak. That's that sort of remembrance, that sort of story isn't going to leave a good impression. Oh, people laugh at it. People understand. People they um they get it. So those are the stories and the moments that you want to stay away from. I've met a lot of guys, a lot of fellas, and some of them in prison, and they tell the stories of why or how it became that they're in prison now. And they tell it in such a way that it's hard case and it's funny and they're laughing and everybody's cracking up. But look at where they are. They're in prison for doing it and they're laughing at themselves and they're laughing at it. And I'm thinking, no, not really, bro. I want to stay away from you. I'm not laughing at that. It's infectious. The laughter that surrounds those sorts of carry on, those sorts of occurrences. You'd do well to stay away from fellows like that. They talk about committing crimes and they're laughing and they're cracking up laughing and their mates around them are cracking up laughing. You think it's funny, it's not. It can end you up in a lot of trouble, and if you don't understand that, by your surroundings or the people that are around you, then eventually you're going to end up in the same situation I was in and surrounded by them in a prison facility. It's not a nice place, prison. A lot of time to think. But then you're not around the types of people that you're able to have a positive outlook on what you're thinking about. You have to understand that 99% of those people that are in prison because they're violent and they have a violent nature. I'm not saying that you're going to end up in a lot of scrapes. You're going to have to be defensive of your own good nature and character, and that's about the only way you're going to get out of it on the other side intact without going back. And for your own safety, you can't see any of those things that they've done or what you've done as being funny. You actually have to look at what you've done and regret it and think, I'm not going to do that again. Honestly, seriously, to yourself, in yourself, I'm not going to do that again. Because this is where I am, this is where it landed me. I've learnt my lesson. I have to learn my lesson from that. I have to learn my lesson from that. Because if it goes straight over the top of your head, you'll be back. If you make friends in prison, because that's another thing I said to myself, I'm not here to make friends. When I went to prison, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to do my time and get out. And time couldn't have gone fast enough. I was there 4 months. It felt like 4 years. You know why it felt like 4 years? The hardest thing about being in prison for me, and I'd say for anyone, is not making friends while you're in there. Keeping to yourself. Even a game of cards, a game of chess against people, one on one people. You start to make friends in there, and then on the other side, I was unfortunate enough to meet a couple of people that I was in prison with on the outside. And this is what I was thankful for, is that I didn't make friends with them in prison. So when I saw them outside of prison, I wasn't talking to them like they were my friends from a long time ago. And we were catching up on the outside, and bro, we're both free now. We should cruise off and do something. We go to the pub. You know, it was just, hey, carry on. Oh, when did you get up? Maybe. Let the whole shopping mall know that, he's just got out of prison. You start to think or become a good conduit for society. And I really hate that word, really. Society. Community. Those are both English words for things that we had a word for, and it meant more than society, community. Society, the word society would come across and seem to me as being stuck up their nose. Society. Community, yeah, it's based around like the basics of it, and mostly I think in human terms refers to environment. So you do what you can to protect your society, your community. You identify these lawbreakers that have moved into the community and nobody else knows that they've just come out of prison. Nobody else can identify them as being anything else but a normal person in society. So you have to do your part and identify them for the greater good. Of course, I'm speaking from my own point of view. I mean, other people would have other points of view out there. I hope I'm not talking to the criminalistic ingredient out there. I really want to say things to deter them from wanting to become a part of the conversation I'm having, because I'm really trying to reach out to people that um, haven't really done any bad in their lives and don't understand that, they're not the worst people in the world. They're not as bad as they think they are. I want to give them love and encouragement to feel like they are really good people, and they are, and then they have something to be proud of, and the way they keep stepping and moving and walking forward is awesome. And they don't need to be surrounded by criminals inside a maximum facility to understand that they're good, that they can cruise on and keep going on through life like that without needing a setback like that to actually prove to them that they are good and they are doing a good thing and they're on a good path to doing and being good. If I could fill in that void for people, then maybe my experiences is enough for them to build on, for them to, for you to work on. I used to hear words that were derogative and negative towards good behavior. Things like goody two shoes or square pegs. Oh, they're no fun. They don't do anything mischief. And those thoughts used to set back and set me back in my mind, and I used to think, oh, I want to be cool. And those people are cool. Those people are cool. They stay good and remain good all their lives, and it's commendable, man. And I understand why their reward in heaven is better than mine. For your good deeds that you did on earth, you stay good, you remain good all your life. How it is. I just reminded myself of a poem that I've written. It's along the same lines as that. I wasn't intending on reading a poem. I just thought, hey, I might read it to you. I might read it to you. I just don't want to get to the point where I'm out of material. I suppose it's when I can invite other people, God willing, to come on the live speaker. So I actually read this poem not so long ago at a cabaret, because I perform at cabarets. It's actually predominantly what I want my future employment to be. Um, so that's a little bit about my ambition in life, is to perform and entertain people at a cabaret. Primarily on my own by myself. I asked a friend of mine if he would be my sound man because my friend, he's always been there. I mean, always been there. And he's always tried to make me not if look good, but sound good too. And I'm thinking about the way we've gelled together over the years and blended and merged our common interests. And I've just thought, like, I had this, epiphany that he would be a good sound technician for me, because he's always tried to make me sound good and he's always tried to make me look good. Whatever discrepancies I've had with the higher power or the greater powers that be, he's been there. Uh, if I could make a lot of money doing something that I'd love, it would be performing at cabaret type entertainment stages. If I could pay someone a ridiculous amount of money to make me sound good and look good, I would want to pay him a ridiculous amount of money to make me look good and sound good and look good. And then you've got to put a certain amount of trust and faith into anyone that you would hire to do that job. A sound technician. You've got to have a good ongoing friendship with them, not just a working relationship. Because intentionally, let's talk about evil and the intention of evil. They might have you on stage hearing yourself at 100%, but without you knowing, they've switched off the back speakers at the back of the stadium. And everyone at the back of the stadium has gone to sleep and they're waiting for their favorite concert performers to come on. Too much echo, too much base, too much feedback, or all of a sudden they'll pull a plug and touch the receivers with their hands and make a big, you know, ruin it. There's a lot of things that a sound technician can do to make you sound bad, and I think for a performer, an entertainer, you definitely need someone that you trust. I mean, other than yourself, you can't do it yourself. I've thought about the Red Baron, the actual ace pilot back in the day. He used to fly a dual, might have been a dual, and he had a machine gun, mounted machine guns on the front. And the machine guns used to be set to the timing with the propeller in the front so that it would fire through the propeller. And the timing, the immaculate timing that it takes to tune in your machine guns, to do that is incredible. It's phenomenal. Unbelievable. Unreal. And along with that, he's got such a humming engine. The flaps, the tail rudder, the joystick between the legs, the accelerator, the petrol gauges, the height gauges, the altitude gauges, the mask, the goggles, everything has to be immaculate. Now, why would you trust that, all of that, timing, specifications, calculations, mathematics, geometries, to someone else when your life depends on it? When your life depends on it. You wouldn't. So the Red Baron has an advantage over me that I can't perform myself. As an entertainer, I have to rely on someone behind that sound booth, making me sound good to everybody. One person in the crowd, 5 people, 10 people, 20, 100, 1,000, you know? All of those sound specific specifications have to reach everybody, and it has to run smoothly without a glitch, without a hiccup, because they will remember that hiccup. Oh, that was the moment when the speakers went blah and the feedback came through, and nobody likes that noise. Everybody hates that noise. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, are you mad? Are you mad? Spoken in the style of David Attenborough. Are you mad? No. Are you mad? What is madness? A man commits a crime and is sent to prison with his ability to vote intact. Calamity, confusion, corrupt civil rights. A man remains good, faithful all his life, makes the right decisions only to be pipped at the MMP post. All for a party to be held by the civilly corrupt voter behind bars. To see the wife murderer, the underage prince of rapists, a role model for future generations. the cocaine snorter, the family of corrupt colonialist collaborators as their royal fiends. And there they wait, the strategic component of their military, behind cold bars, waiting to be set free to serve their country, serve their king, serve their queen, to have their crimes quashed in service to their royal family. And as payment, rape and pillage anything and everything you want for your spoils of war in service of your majesty. Freedom is yours now, my pretties. They didn't bow down. They didn't pay homage. Now they get the suicide squad treatment until they learn to bow. Fly, 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 my enemies. Fly to my enemies, my beneficiaries of murder. We all know now, as charged, you're not afraid of a few killings. Well dusted off your heart, capable of holding the mate, and walking with the visionary memory of the dead. Kill for me now, and layer over the top of the first your virgin killing, your first sacrifice to Azria. What is madness? Let's count the victims, untold, more than the eye can see, or more than the sand is in the hourglass. Slipping through the time hole, the bottleneck asshole of time. Why, oh why, when I have stayed good all of my life? Let them decide. Prisoners with their civil rights intact to vote for who decides. What is madness? So yeah, that whole episode brought that to mind. Bit of a poem. Yeah. Let you have time to think over that one. All part of punishment for committing a crime is having your civil rights taken away from you for that period of time that you're in prison. And then you come out of prison and, yep, okay, you can vote again. You can have your say again. But while you're in prison, no. And this is another thing that I was talking about. There are lawyers, scholars, intelligent university graduates across the world. And their main object, the main focus in their career is to make things like that happen. So that the prisoner, the rapist, the cocaine dealer, the murderer, the wife beater, pediocracy, pedophile, pedophilia, all of that, they get to vote for who makes the decisions. Isn't it quite obvious who they're going to vote for? Oh, okay, you have to be of a good enough. Oh, really? 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 You have to be of a good, upstanding nature to be able to walk around. Oh, really? Oh, okay. We had one in there in Parliament, blatantly, obviously, upfront lied to Parliament, and then they knighted him. Some people out there think that's funny. I don't think that's funny. I'm not laughing at all. Horrendous. Outrageous. Then you got people who committed rape on an underage person, and their mother takes the rent from all of the estate properties, $14 million worth, and pays the girl to keep his son out of prison and away from the country he committed the crime in, so that he couldn't be sent to prison and trialed under their laws. Oh, really? Really? In order to be in Parliament, you have to be of good character and upstanding nature. Oh, is that right? I don't think so. So as soon as they can, they're going to get their Edward in there. Mummy's got it sorted. Keep you out of prison, my son, pay $14 million, and then they're all going to vote for Edward. Because Edward's down with rape. Vote for Harry. Harry's down with cocaine. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Cocaine. You know? If you let prisoners, criminals vote, they're not going to vote for a good person. They're going to vote for the rapist. They're going to vote for the cocaine snorter. They're going to vote for the guy next door raping your cat. You see, that's the sort of shit I was saying before that people think is funny. Just that visual, that image of someone next door raping your cat. That's fucking funny. No, it's not. It's fucking infectious. Don't laugh at that shit. I'm fucking trying to tell you something here. I'm being fucking honest. Fucking, there are people that actually do that shit and don't even fucking think that it's a comic book and someone's lying to you. People do that to animals. And they're going to vote for that cunt whose mummy paid $14 million so that he could get away with rape. That's who the fuck they're voting for. I was trying hard today. I consciously wanted to put in the effort not to say the F word or swear at all. But I failed. I failed. I'm sorry. Just some things don't say it the way those words say it. The expression is, I'm used to expressing myself. You know, you got these good people, and I see them, I know them, they are my friends, and they've been trying and trying and trying and trying and persisting and enduring to communicate certain dangers, aspects in life with good language, and you just ain't fucking hearing it. Or let me put my life in danger and try to put it into words that you clearly understand. And that's my effort. That's me trying to get the message across to you. And I know that my good people, my good friends out there, they reach people with the language and they persist and they do and they make solid ground. And they make changes and differences in people's lives. But they ain't quite catching the niche of people that I'm speaking to. Now, when they hear that language and they feel that passion behind what I'm saying, they're kind of, oh, and that light switch turns on. Listening, no. Right? I don't mean to be obnoxious. I don't mean to be facetious. But I know that there are people out there that will hear what I'm saying more clearer and clearly than as if those beautiful people knock on your door and ask you, do you have a testimony of the life of Jesus Christ? At the very least, I want people out there to accept me for who I am. At the very least. You don't have to come to church with me. You don't have to talk about the Bible. You don't have to acknowledge Jesus Christ. Although I would love you to. You know, beautiful word, free agency. Beautiful thing. It was gifted to us. Free agency. A gift. I believe that's why God hates slavery so much and frees people from it. Moses, let my people go. The African Negroes. Eventually, the dream was realized. Are you mad? Are you mad? In one respect, there's only 9,000 gang members out there, and that's all mixed denominations. And they can't agree on anything. So, mind you, not every criminal in prison, and I mean bad, rotten, evil, wicked criminal, is associated with a gang. I would say, thinking about it now, that the worst criminals aren't associated with any gang or faction because that's exactly how they get away with it, whatever they're doing. Nobody knows them, so nobody knows what they're getting up to or doing. Very few friends at all. And if they did start making friends, or people started calling around on them saying, "Oh, how are you?" They'd get up and move to another town where nobody knew them. Everybody has different reasons for doing anything. Asking about my tattoo, are you? My mask. My mask. My mum asked me about my tattoo, but she couldn't actually make out what it was with my hand just being normal. So she pointed at it. Pointed at it. She said, "What's that?" I went like this. Oh, ah, okay. Okay, I see what that is now. No, I was at the. Wow, I don't drink, but they have this awesome, great night at one of the local bars and pubs here. Oh, it's a massive pub. You know, I'd go close to saying it's the best pub bar in the world, and I've drunk out a few, but that is the best bar in the world. Smash Palace in Gisborne. What an awesome place. Not just for socializing, but for entertainment. On a Thursday night, they've got something called Build a Band. And the man, Daryl Monteith, who owns the place, he's got a set of drums, he's got a keyboard, he's got 3 microphones, he's got bongos, he's got a piano, he's got a music stand, guitars, bass, and anyone, I mean anyone, can get up there and play the instrument that they want, that they like, and sing on a Thursday night. I think it starts at about 7 p.m. and it goes 11, 12 maybe. But every Thursday night here in Gisborne, Build a Band. And I go down there for the first time in 2 years I've been out because I'm doing this music course. I got to get up on stage and I got to sing to people, and I've got to prove that I can without getting scared and running away. I'm used to stage performance and performing. I've done it before, and I feel good when I'm up there. Well, I haven't been out for 20 years, and I've walked into the pub and I'm a bit nervous. Oh, not 20 years, couple of years, sorry. Might have been longer than that because I've been a member for longer. So I don't know when's the last time I went out. Anyway, I'm just standing back, but I'm close to the door, just in case I find a reason to leave all of a sudden. Um, so I'm there for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And this guy, he walks up and he's drunk. And I forgive him. I don't mind, you know. But I must have come across to him as being this imposing, intimidating presence. But I'd say the way he is just the way he is, and he wants to see someone like that and smash through all the barriers just to get to them and tell them that, hey, bro, you're not such a badass. Stop fucking looking like you're a tough guy. Stop fucking come across as looking like you're some kind of fucking bouncer, some security guard. You're gonna hurt somebody. We're all peaceful here, and he's carrying on like that, and I'm here to sing, bro. I'm here to get up on stage and never go at build a band. I haven't been out of anything for this guy, and he's drunk. He's in my fucking face. And he's talking like this, and I'm going, oh, bro, I'm alright, bro. I'm just chilling. I'm not trying to be a fucking intimidating person. I'm not trying to be imposing. I'm just fucking sitting back here watching the stage performance going on. And he's this, that, and da, da, da. And he doesn't seem to be getting it because I'm fucking telling him, and he's just going back to the, bro, you don't have to come across as being such a hard ass. And, oh, bro, you're not that fucking tough. I'm not fucking scared of you. And thinking, and then when I do finally get up and sing, he's like, because he's encouraging me to get up and sing. Oh, you should have a sing song. You should sing. You'll do well for it. It'll be good for your personality. It'll be good for your character. Just let loose and relax and fucking get up there and sing, have a good time. And that's my sole intention. That's my whole purpose for being there is to fucking get up and sing. I don't need, respectfully, I don't need this guy to be telling me, bro, get up there and have a sing song, just relax and have a good time, because that's why I'm there. Gotta love him. You know, God loves a try. He's trying. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to do, but he's trying to do something. So he's read me all wrong. He's completely wrong about me, and I haven't come fully prepared. I'm just, got a song or two, I reckon. So I get up and I have a sing song. I'll do all right. And he's looking at me like he's the light of my life, and he's inspired me to do something that I've never tried to do or done before. And he's just so proud of me. He's so happy with me. I can see it in his glassy eyes. Just let it go. Just let it go. I went down the next weekend, and then I got back up on stage, and I had my music book ready, and I was still singing. And he wasn't as drunk as he was the first week, but he did recognize me. And then I got up and singing, and it all kind of sunk into him that kind of along the lines of a professional singer. And he didn't. I mean, the shit that must have come back, flooded back to him through. I don't know. He must have lived with that information in his head for a week, and he just looked back on it, and he was beaming, glowing. And then when he saw me get up on stage with my music book and stuff, and think, oh fuck. Well, that wasn't a one-off situation. This guy actually does get up and sing and do his own thing. Yeah. Bit of a crack up. I get that a lot. People look at me and see someone, bro, I'm not even nowhere near that kind of person. You see, this is the kingdom of Zion. Out there, that's the outside world. Every time I go out of my front door to the world, I put on my armor. And I armor up for the day and I cruise out there and I walk amongst them. I come home, I'm in my zone. This is my secure place in life. This is my retreat. And yeah, mainly, I suppose, because I've had an accident and people see me and look at me like, oh, he's got into a few fights. No, I could have eaten too many lollies when I was a kid, but no, I had an accident. And people just look at me and think, oh, he's a hard nut. No, not really. Just self-cautious. Oh, I've done enough in life to see the road to redemption and the road to destruction. I understand the backward and the forwards. I like to move forward as much as I can, step at a time. I've been fortunate in life just recently to be 10 steps forward and 1 step back. There was a definite part of my life where that saying to me was 1 step forward, 2 steps back. If you've got it rearranged or arranged in your mind as 1 step forward, 2 steps back, you're always going to be going backwards. If you're 2 steps forward, 1 step back, you're going to be going forward. That's as slow a pace as you can make and forward momentum as you can. But just recently, it's been 10 steps forward and 1 step back for me. I used to get up at fast and testimony on a Sunday and I used to say, I am blessed. For being a member, and since I've been a member, I am receiving blessings, and I still receive blessings to this day. And that used to be my ongoing, on forward standard testimony. That since the day I converted to Latter Day Saints of the Church of Jesus Christ, I have received blessings, and I continue to receive blessings in my life. And it hasn't stopped and doesn't stop, and why would I do anything? Hypothetically, I'm not asking for the answer. I know the answer. Why would I do anything to stop that? I want good things in my life, and I want things to continue so that I keep getting good things in my life. So I keep doing the right things as best as I can to my abilities. Well, I think I've said enough for the day. I even read you a poem. I wasn't going to do that. But I want you to keep it in your mind, you know? I might have my outbursts, I might have my moments, I might have my little peeves, aggravations, all pointing at me saying normal. But one thing I want to leave you with is the thought, are you mad? No. Are you mad?